Science fell in love, so I tried to prove it. R equals 1 minus sine theta. Decided to focus a lot more on the secondary cast of the show as compared to season 1, and that is probably to the show's detriment. I will have to say at the beginning of this, I actually was enjoying it a lot more than I was enjoying season 1. Not to the part where I actually liked it, but more to the point where it was actually tolerable and not just awful the whole time. There is a cute confession scene where the two characters affirm their love for each other about midway through the show, and it's actually well done. It's probably the best romantic scene in the entire show, and they focus on the two childhood friends that may or may not have a thing for each other, and they have a bit of a mock wedding and share a kiss, and I thought that was super cute. They also decided to focus on my favorite character, Kanade, who is the girl who had stage fright back in the first season, and she easily has the worst goddamn plot line in this entire show and is genuinely just destroyed my hope that this will ever get better. Because there's this whole subplot about how she does everything she can to be a sort of people pleaser, and at the end, she ends up becoming friends with this guy who's part of like the Playboy group from the group that occasionally shows up, but then it's revealed that the Playboys are like kidnapping and raping women, and then he kidnaps her and tries to rape her before she's saved by the main character, which is fucking batshit insane, because Kanade's entire thing is that she just knocks people the fuck out because she's been trained to prevent almost this exact situation her entire goddamn life. So I have no idea why they would even bother setting up this fucking self-defense subplot if it wasn't gonna pay off in the goddamn slightest. Because the whole thing about her trying to pretend to be normal, you could have done that with any fucking weird goddamn hobby. She could have been just as much of a fucking nerd as any of the other ones, or she could be really into fishing, or cooking, or fucking bugs or some shit. But they specifically make a point to say that she can just demolish a grown-ass man in a fight, and then have her get kidnapped and not able to defend herself despite being trained to. It is infuriatingly stupid, and it manages to literally, like, it takes away the character's agency and literally dodges good writing. It's fucking baffling. And what's more, we have the main character who is now acting as a tutor for a professor's daughter. And that's a sort of semi-cute relationship, but you can tell they're trying to make a fucking harem out of it. And we meet a rival couple who are really into studying saliva. They're probably at this point the best part of the show because they're like super lovey-dovey and as sort of like a more mature couple, but they're also like weirdly sexually aggressive, and the girl is constantly making a bunch of sex jokes. None of them are funny, but at least it's something. At least it's a character that does something. Also, last season set up a villain, and they're really pushing the, like, alumni villain mangaka in this season. Like, they're setting her up. She doesn't really do anything, but it doesn't fucking go anywhere in this season. She just takes a back seat to the fucking kidnapping subplot. But what's more, the end of the season reveals that Kanade also has a thing for the fucking main character. I have no goddamn idea why. So what we've basically set up is we've went from a show where two people try and prove love to a show where this fucking nerd dude has a goddamn harem of beautiful women for some fucking reason, even though he is just the most unlikable fucking character in the show. Season 2 manages to have a fairly solid build-up for the first half before just pissing it all away and getting the piss all over itself. It is, at this point, I am convinced that this fucking series is genuinely irredeemable. Twitch and Discord in the description. I've been Sacrobolic, your envoy of hope. Bye-bye.